As we grow older, our desires and priorities shift in ways that can profoundly affect how we approach socializing. In fact, embracing solitude in older age can offer surprising benefits, bringing peace, clarity, and a deeper connection with ourselves. The need for constant social interaction that once dominated our lives may start to feel less important, gradually transforming into a preference for quiet reflection and personal growth. Over time, I've come to realize that, for me, choosing solitude in my 60s was not a withdrawal, but rather a mindful decision for my well-being. One of the most significant changes we notice as we age is the shift in our physical and mental energy. When we were younger, we often thrived on social events, moving from one gathering to the next, energized by the excitement and the social buzz. However, as we get older, our physical stamina starts to decline, and our mental focus, which once seemed boundless, becomes more limited. This shift in energy levels makes socializing feel different. It's not that we don't enjoy being around others, but the energy it takes to engage socially begins to feel like a valuable resource we need to conserve. The need for rest and time to recharge becomes far more pronounced in our 60s and beyond. Gone are the days when we could effortlessly bounce from one event to another or be the life of the party. Instead, we start to crave quieter moments and smaller, more intimate gatherings with those we truly connect with. This isn't about rejecting socializing, it's about responding to our bodies and minds, recognizing when we've reached our limit and giving ourselves permission to rest. We become more in tune with the energy required for each social interaction and begin to prioritize our personal needs over external expectations. This shift also affects the nature of the social interactions we desire. As we age, we find ourselves becoming more selective about the people we spend time with. The endless small talk or superficial conversations that once felt normal can lose their appeal. Instead, we begin to seek deeper, more meaningful connections with people who understand us, respect our boundaries, and share similar life experiences. The large social gatherings that used to be enjoyable may now feel like unnecessary noise. What we long for is not more people, but more meaningful interactions, those that nourish our souls rather than deplete our energy. In many ways, this shift towards selectivity is liberating. We no longer feel the need to please everyone or maintain a wide network of acquaintances. Instead, we prioritize the relationships that truly enrich our lives, the ones that bring comfort, wisdom, or joy. While it may seem like we're pulling away from the world, in truth, it's an act of self-preservation. We're respecting the limited energy we have and choosing to invest it in the people and experiences that truly matter. Embracing this quieter, more intentional way of socializing allows us to reconnect with ourselves, finding peace in the space between interactions. It's in these moments of solitude that we can recharge and nurture our well-being. Solitude in older age doesn't just give us a break from the world, it also offers us the invaluable gift of self-reflection. With fewer distractions and a slower pace of life, we have the time and space to truly reflect on who we are, where we've been, and where we're headed. In our younger years, many of us were caught up in the whirlwind of tasks, responsibilities, and social obligations. But as we age, we begin to see that the quieter moments, the time spent alone, are not an escape, but an opportunity for growth and introspection. This solitude allows us to explore our thoughts, values, and experiences in a way that is impossible when we're constantly surrounded by the noise of others. Through reflection, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, discovering our true desires and motivations. We begin to see patterns in our behavior and recognize the lessons we've learned throughout our lives. This clarity brings a profound sense of peace, as we learn to accept ourselves more fully and trust our own inner wisdom. No longer do we feel the need to seek validation from the outside world. Instead, we become our own source of strength and understanding. Solitude allows us to confront our fears, regrets, and desires without judgment, creating space for healing and personal growth. This inner peace, cultivated in the quiet moments alone, is something that cannot be found in the noise of constant social interaction. Ultimately, embracing solitude as we age isn't about isolating ourselves. It's about choosing quality over quantity, finding peace in our own company, and nurturing the relationships that truly matter. In this peaceful solitude, we reconnect with ourselves and create a deeper sense of clarity and contentment, allowing us to move forward in life with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. As we grow older, the desire to impress others or seek validation gradually fades away. With age comes the profound realization that the only approval we truly need is our own. Our worth is no longer measured by the opinions or expectations of others. Instead, it is rooted in our personal experiences, values, and the choices we make in how we live our lives. When we look back on the paths we've walked, we see how much we've accomplished and how much we've learned along the way, and this reflection brings with it a deep sense of contentment. There's no longer any pressure to prove ourselves to anyone. We come to understand that we are enough just as we are. What's even more empowering is that this newfound self-awareness leads to a greater sense of gratitude. Spending time alone allows us to appreciate the people, moments, and experiences that have shaped us. We begin to notice the beauty in the small, everyday things that may have once gone unnoticed, whether it's the serenity of a quiet walk, the warmth of a cup of tea, or the comfort of our own thoughts. These simple pleasures become infinitely more meaningful as we age. The contentment that comes from within, cultivated through moments of solitude, is far more fulfilling than any external praise or achievement ever could be. Moreover, embracing solitude allows us to develop a clearer sense of purpose. We become more intentional about how we spend our time and energy, focusing on what truly matters to us. No longer bound by the need to seek validation or conform to societal expectations, we begin to carve out lives that reflect our truest selves. This journey of self-discovery, born from quiet moments of reflection, brings us closer to the inner peace we've always sought. Solitude then becomes not just an escape, but a gateway to living a more authentic and fulfilling life. As we age, we naturally begin to distance ourselves from the chaos and drama that once felt like a constant in our lives. In our younger years, we might have been swept up in the whirlwind of social conflicts, office politics, or personal relationships filled with tension. However, as we enter our 60s and beyond, the allure of such drama fades, and we start to crave a life centered on tranquility and peace. It's not that we no longer care about the world around us, but rather we realize that much of the stress and turmoil we once engaged in simply isn't worth the emotional investment. This shift towards tranquility is incredibly liberating. Life becomes less about reacting to external forces and more about creating an environment that nurtures our well-being. We stop feeling the need to keep up with every social trend or participate in every heated conversation. Instead, we seek quiet moments of peace, whether that means taking a peaceful walk in nature, reading a book, or savoring a cup of coffee in silence. These simple activities begin to feel far more rewarding than the social hustle of our younger years. The desire for constant excitement or drama gradually fades, replaced by a deeper appreciation for stillness and contentment. Part of this shift involves actively choosing to avoid toxic or stressful social environments. As we grow older, we become much more aware of the people and situations that drain us. We no longer have the patience for negativity or conflict, and the idea of being surrounded by people who stir up drama or create unnecessary tension starts to feel burdensome. This doesn't mean we shut ourselves off from the world entirely, but we become more discerning about the energy we allow into our lives. By letting go of relationships or situations that cause stress, we make room for more positive, peaceful interactions. The relief that comes from avoiding toxic environments can be profound. Not only does it reduce the mental and emotional toll of dealing with unnecessary conflict, but it also frees up space for deeper, more fulfilling relationships. We start to focus more on the people who bring positivity, wisdom, and joy into our lives, rather than those who leave us feeling exhausted or drained. As we age, the pursuit of tranquility, meaningful connection, and inner peace becomes not just a preference, but a necessity for our overall well-being. As we grow older, our focus naturally shifts towards peace and harmony, allowing us to experience life in a way that is less about external chaos and more about internal balance. The pursuit of tranquility becomes a daily practice, and as we let go of unnecessary drama and distractions, we open ourselves up to a life that is not only quieter, but also richer in meaning. With fewer stresses and less noise, we can truly appreciate the simple pleasures that life has to offer, such as a walk in nature, a quiet moment with a good book, or the soothing comfort of our own thoughts. Ultimately, this intentional focus on tranquility leads to a more fulfilling and relaxed way of living, where we prioritize what truly matters: our health, our happiness, and our peace of mind. One of the most significant changes that comes with aging is how our relationships evolve. In our younger years, we often focus on building a wide social network, attending events, and maintaining connections with as many people as possible. But as we age, the need to maintain a large circle of friends or stay constantly social diminishes. Instead, we begin to place greater value on the quality of our relationships over the quantity. This shift isn't about abandoning connection altogether, but about becoming more discerning about where we invest our time and energy. We may no longer feel compelled to attend every event or stay active in every social group. Instead, we find more fulfillment in spending time with a smaller, close-knit group of people who truly understand and support us. These meaningful connections, built on mutual respect and shared experiences, take precedence over the fleeting acquaintances we once might have prioritized. This change in relationship dynamics can be incredibly freeing. It allows us to nurture deep, lasting bonds that provide emotional fulfillment rather than the superficial interactions that may have once felt obligatory. As we age, we also become more comfortable with the idea of letting go of relationships that no longer align with our values or lifestyle. Relationships that once seemed essential may naturally fade, and that's okay. We no longer feel obligated to maintain connections that drain us or require more effort than they're worth. This ability to release those relationships brings a sense of clarity and peace. By refining our social circle, we create space for the people who genuinely add value to our lives, those who bring joy, wisdom, and a sense of belonging. In this way, we discover that having a few deep, meaningful friendships is far more rewarding than being surrounded by a crowd of acquaintances. These friendships provide a sense of security and peace, grounded in mutual understanding and shared history, and they offer a lasting source of emotional support. Another profound gift that comes with aging is the joy of independence. Embracing solitude gives us the freedom to reclaim our time, free from the constant demands of work, social obligations, or the pressure to please others. With more time for ourselves, we can rediscover forgotten hobbies, dive into personal interests, or simply enjoy rest without interruption. whether it's painting, gardening, reading, or just sitting in silence. Solitude offers the space to reconnect with the activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. This is a luxury many of us didn't fully appreciate earlier in life, but as we age, we come to realize how valuable it is to have time for ourselves. This newfound freedom also comes with a sense of independence. When we're alone, we are no longer influenced by the schedules or needs of others. There's no one telling us what to do or how to spend our time, and this autonomy fosters a deeper sense of self-reliance. We become more comfortable with the idea that we are enough as we are, and that our happiness doesn't depend on the presence or approval of others. This independence allows us to live life on our own terms, in a way that feels authentic and true to who we are. We are no longer driven by the expectations of others, but instead find fulfillment in our own company. Creating a life that is centered around our own desires and values. In the end, the joy of independence and the peace that comes with solitude offer a rich and rewarding way of living. As we grow older, we realize that the most fulfilling moments are often those spent in quiet reflection, doing the things we love, and nurturing relationships that bring us lasting joy and support. It's in these moments of peace and independence that we truly find ourselves. As we age, the routines we create begin to suit our individual needs, allowing us to live life on our own terms. Whether it's waking up when we feel rested, enjoying a leisurely breakfast, or structuring our days around our energy levels and interests, we become the architects of our own lives. This newfound flexibility gives us a sense of empowerment, as we no longer feel the pressure to conform to external expectations or societal norms. Each choice we make, no matter how small, reinstates a sense of agency and purpose. Solitude plays a significant role in deepening our relationship with ourselves. We no longer feel the need to fill every moment with distractions or activities just to avoid being alone. Instead, we learn to embrace moments of quiet, using them to reflect on our experiences, goals, and values. This introspection leads to personal growth, a stronger sense of self-worth, and a deeper appreciation for our own company. The more we embrace solitude, the more we realize that it is not something to fear, but something to cherish. Independence, especially in our later years, is incredibly liberating. We no longer feel the need to seek validation or approval from others. Instead, we find joy in the freedom to make choices that honor our own needs and desires. Living life on our own terms allows us to experience a sense of peace that comes from knowing we are self-reliant and capable of thriving in our own company. One of the most freeing realizations as we age is the ability to let go of societal shoulds. In earlier years, we often felt the weight of external pressures, whether it was maintaining a certain image, attending every event, or conforming to ideas of success or busyness. But as we grow older, we begin to shed these expectations and prioritize what truly matters to us. This shift brings immense freedom. We start to make choices based on what feels right for us, rather than what we think others expect of us. We may decline invitations, opt out of events, or simply decide not to do things because we don't feel like it. The guilt that once accompanied saying no fades, and we realize that it's okay to prioritize our own peace of mind. Living for ourselves also opens up space for deeper self-reflection. With fewer external demands, we can focus on what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing long-lost passions, spending time with loved ones, or taking the time to rest without justification, we now have the opportunity to enjoy life in a way that reflects our own desires. This freedom from societal expectations allows us to live more simply. We can choose a slower pace, savor the moments that bring us joy, and let go of the pressure to keep up with the social hustle. We no longer feel the need to be constantly available or attend every gathering. By living for ourselves, we reclaim control over how we spend our time, creating a life that feels authentic and true to who we are. Embracing solitude also has significant mental health benefits. As we age, we begin to realize how draining constant socializing and meeting external expectations can be. Reducing social exposure allows us to lower stress levels, reduce anxiety, and regain emotional balance. Solitude provides a break from the noise and chaos of the world, allowing us to reset and recharge. It helps us process our emotions, manage stress more effectively, and cultivate clarity and focus. The mental health benefits of solitude are profound, offering us the chance to protect our emotional well-being and maintain a sense of equilibrium. In addition to nurturing our mental health, solitude also strengthens our existing relationships. As we embrace time alone, we shift our focus from quantity to quality in our social connections. In earlier years, we might have felt the pressure to maintain a large social network, but now we prioritize the relationships that truly matter. Spending more time in solitude allows us to nurture deeper, more meaningful connections with those who uplift us. Whether it's a close friend, a family member, or a partner, these smaller, more intimate interactions provide the opportunity for genuine connection and heartfelt conversations. As a result, our relationships grow stronger, built on mutual respect and understanding. Ultimately, choosing solitude allows us to evaluate our relationships and focus on those that nourish our souls. By embracing quality over quantity, we find a deeper sense of fulfillment in the bonds we've created, knowing that they are meaningful, authentic, and lasting. In conclusion, embracing solitude in our later years is one of the most rewarding choices we can make for our well-being. It offers us the space to recharge, reflect, and focus on the relationships that truly matter. It's about living life on our own terms, finding peace over stress, and prioritizing quality over quantity. By choosing solitude, we open ourselves up to a life that is more authentic, peaceful, and fulfilling. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. If you found these insights helpful, leave a comment with "if you're still figuring it out." I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care and enjoy the peaceful moments in your life.